And today's video was inspired mostly by a lady on Twitter. She calls herself Babs, and I'm gonna show you a screenshot of the Twitter, the tweet that inspired this video. So let's take a look. So this is Babs. Her Twitter handle is Hello Babs, and this is what she said. This is a post that she posted on Twitter. This was in March 31st, 2022. I got laid off yesterday from a job I really liked, for people I really liked. Just a reminder that you are disposable as soon as they decide you are. Stop working late. Stop reading mails after hours. Stop working on weekends. A job is income to live your life, not your life. End of tweet. So for this particular video, I would like for us to dwell on the 5 warnings that Babs is giving us, and this is based on her experience. She was working, Babs is a designer, and she was working for this employer who laid her off suddenly. This is a job she loved, and she really liked the job, and the people really liked her, but they still fired her. So basically what Babs is saying is that they can love you, you can love them, but when they decide that you are disposable, as soon as they just make that decision, you become disposable. And that's why she's giving those warning signals. Stop working late, stop reading emails after hours, stop working on weekends. A job is income to live your life. It is not your life. So let's quickly take a look at some of these things. So for example, when she talks about stop working late, this is a very important admonition, because remember, when you are an employee, time is your most important resource. This is exactly what you are exchanging for a salary with your employer. So finish your work on time and go figure your hustles. Yeah, that's what Barbara is saying essentially. So just for the record, let me just show you something else about Barbara's profile. So I decided to check more about Barbara, and you can see here when you click on her bio, she says she's the founder and principal designer at goodnewsdesign.co, and she's also Fun and Willow's mom. So if you go up here, you can see, this is the Good News website. Good News is the creative practice of Babs Oka, specializing in branding, packaging, and social media marketing, okay? And then when you check Babs' LinkedIn profile, you can see that Babs is European-born and Chicago-raised designer. She's the founder and principal designer at Good News Design Company, where she has been working since June 2018 to present. Going by Babs' tweet, which happened on March 31, 2022, it is obvious that Good News was Babs' side hustle, even when she had her main gig that she lost in March. So obviously this is the same principle that I'm talking about here, that as much as you do not want to have a side hustle, that's okay, don't have a side hustle, but please stop doing these 5 things that Babs is warning us about. And I am almost certain it is because Babs followed her own advice that she was able to pull through even when she was laid off from her job. And if you follow the rest of her tweets to the present, she eventually stopped looking for a job and decided to run her side hustle, which she converted to her main hustle. And just back to my original opening remarks, it's hard enough to get a job when you have one, but it's a lot harder to get a job when you do not have one. And the main reason is because most companies these days no longer even open your job application letter, because they have these auto screening softwares. The moment your CV or your cover letter lands into their inboxes, it is run through this some AI powered softwares that is looking for specific keywords in your CV. So it doesn't matter if you're the best candidate, if you don't have the right proportion of keywords, then these softwares are gonna just reject your CV, and that's why it's really difficult. So main lesson we can learn from Bab's post is that you're disposable as soon as your employer decides you are, and that's why it's very important for us to follow her advice. Stop working late. Time is your most important currency. It's your most important resource. Stop reading emails after hours. Use that time to build yourself, invest in yourself, read books, read non-fiction books, go to the internet and learn something. Stop working on the weekend. She tells us stop working on weekends. Instead of working on the weekends, use your weekend to level yourself up, level up your side hustles. And remember, she has also said a job is income to live your life. It is not your life. Get a life beyond your job, because before you know it, you're gonna not have your job. Let not your job define you. So what are the things you can do? Because this is the other challenge that most people who work on an 8 to 5 have. When they already formed this habit and their entire life is around their work, and you tell them to stop doing these things, they're like, okay, so Eva, what are we gonna do with our lives? What are we gonna do? So I think back to my original opening remarks, 1 is too close to 0. So once you stop reading your emails after hours, once you stop working on the weekends, once you stop working late, once you stop defining yourself by your job, then it means you have a vacuum and you need to fill it. So number 1, use your weekends, use your after office hours to monetize your hobbies and your skills. If you don't have hobbies, please get a hobby. And here, the kind of skills I'm talking about, they could be your work-related skills. Like, let's say if you are an accountant or if you are a project manager, but sometimes it could be your non-work related skills. So for example, in my case, I work as a project manager for a non-profit outfit. However, I talk a lot, and that's why I have a YouTube channel. I am also a writer, and that's why we have the evamtali.com blog. I know my native local language, the Luo and Kiswahili, which I'm very fluent in. So I also tutor these 2 languages on iTurkey.com. So find those things that you are already good at. They could be the soft skills, they could be your work-related skills, and see how you can package them and monetize them. Number 2, take advantage of your weekends to seek clarity for what you really want to do with yourself. So for example, let's say if you got, so please use this extra time you have in your hands, like on your weekend, to get clarity about your life. What do you want to do? What don't you want to do? Because the last thing you want to do is when, let's say, you get laid off or you leave your regular 9 to 5 job or 8 to 5 job and you want to do your own thing, and then you still end up living somebody else's dream. So use your weekends, use your after office hours to seek clarity for your life. Where do you want to see yourself beyond your day job? Number 3, last but not least, use this time to network. Remember, your network is your net worth, and your network is what could mean the difference between the success or failure of your side hustle. So for example, if let's say you are a YouTuber, or if let's say you get into consultancy as your side hustle, your network is what could connect you with your destiny helpers. They could be the ones to connect you with your potential customers. They could be the one to connect you with your potential clients. These are the people who will be talking about you and your business positively behind closed doors, and that's why you need your network. And most of the time, if you spend all your waking moments at your workplace, you run the risk of not expanding your network wide enough for you to realize your full potential, because probably your colleagues might not have the same vision that you have for yourself, so they will not care, or they may not even be interested in helping you to achieve your desires or to attain your destiny outside of the stipulated work environment. So that's why you want to take advantage of this extra time to build your network, because these are the people who are going to help you grow. These are the people who are going to help you learn. And these are the people who are going to push you to the next level. So guys, going back to my original advice, it's okay not to have side hustles, but please stop doing these 5 things. If there's anything we can learn from Barb's experience, let it be an inspiration to us, and instead take advantage of that time to network, take advantage of that time to build your hobbies and skills and to monetize them. And number 3, use it to find clarity about what you want and what you don't want for your life. Well guys, that's it for today. In terms of this topic that a lot of people are talking about, let me know in the comment section below what you think about Barb's situation. Have you been inspired? Have you been was that like a wake-up call for you? Let me know in the comment section below. Bye.